Yeah.
So, as Miss Jane said, I'm Brooke. I've danced at Encore for 16 years and I've been doing dance step for a long time. So, what I like to do before each event is that I like to plan. So, what I do, I have multiple notebooks. So, I pretty much write down anything and everything because nothing's really a silly thought. Because each event I have random scribbles. I have just all my ideas I put into one spot, so it's easier. So when I do go to my dance studio owner, that I go to them, I give them all my ideas I have. And I pretty much just, so yeah, I give them all my ideas and they can say whether it works or not, because nothing is silly. And what I love to do, because one of my projects I had this year was not this year, sorry. 2 years ago in my level five, we did a haul, so it was a big fundraiser, and because I couldn't have it at the studio, so I made sure
Mhm.
that I planned in advance where we had to go, if like the pricing, if we had to pay or if we were able to use it. So I made sure I did that, and I asked questions. I asked ridiculous questions, but it's always better to ask your questions
Mhm.
because if you don't ask and you don't know,
Yeah.
you're stuck.
You're
So I
stuck.
always did that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I always loved to make sure I asked help or whatever they needed.
Mhm.
And I always just had fun, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yes.
Um, and what helped me with coming up with ideas, because I was in a block for like a month. I was like, I don't know what to do. So I just wrote down like seasons that were coming up, days like Mother's Day, Father's Day. And I thought about the timing as well, because I know a lot of parents do have full-time jobs. So I thought holiday things are probably better because
Mhm.
the kids might be stuck at home and it's just better for them to do.
Mhm.
And then I also tried to look at trends a lot.
Yeah,
So
good
I did
one.
trends with the younger students like Barbie, like other little things little ones enjoy. And then I tried to do stuff that would fit with our older students. So I didn't just do a certain project just to our little kids. I tried to have a lot like together, as you'll see in my level six one, which was a hit with all ages.
Yeah.
So for level five, I did one alongside my other very close friend Abby. So we
Yeah.
did one each. So the Royal High Tea was a very big fundraiser. So we had other mentors from other levels. We had like level ones to level five. We had just lots of different levels to help because this was such a big fundraiser for the school, as it was going to a charity event
Yeah.
for one of our parents. So it was good. So what we did, so because it's so big, and we that's when we had the whole hire. And
Yeah.
because it was a high tea, we had lots of parents donate treats. And because of allergies, we made sure we had all the allergen stuff all
Mhm.
down. And we even had these people called Storybook Magic. And so what they came in like the bottom, just this bottom picture down here, they came, we had Princess Belle and Princess Cinderella, and they read their storybooks to the real young ones. And
Good.
as well as that, I don't think I have a picture, but we had face painting as well, which was kids loved
It.
it.
Yeah.
And we had our backdrops, face painting. If you always, that's
Yes.
going to be a big hit. I think we had that at almost every event because kids loved it so much. And then everyone got a tiara if they didn't already have one. And the day was just making the kids feel like they were royal and they were just princess because we were having such a great time, as well as all the raffles and stuff. Every kid just was having a ball.
It looks great. Well done.
And
Oh,
then the other one was another like princess type one. It was a princess dance workshop, which, as you'll see, we in one of our pictures up here, it was the child could go for a half day or a full day. And
clever.
so it was me and another teacher named Shani. And so what we
Oh,
did,
yeah.
we split the day up into little dance activities. So the first little bit, well, it's you on there, isn't it? Yeah. So we had the first bit was arts and craft for a little bit. And then we had dancing, which they loved, as well as having breaks for recess, like the kids would at school and lunch times. So we had split up the days, and then once lunch was over and the half day kiddos went, we put on Ballerina,
Hmm.
the movie, which they all loved because it was dancing
Yep.
as well as her looking like a princess. So we did that, and then we just played heaps of party games, and we had heaps of backdrops, and they just loved it. Again, it was with the themes and trends.
Love it.
Yeah.
Princesses are always good. Oh, now we're
Yes. And then this one was it was my last one, so I wanted to go big or
Right, with
go
a
home. I
bang.
really did. Yeah, I wanted to go with a big one. So this was another pretty big one. And I was able to get like you'll see. So we had a big colour run.
Oh, taking a photo.
So it was so much fun. It was enjoyed by everyone, as you'll see in all the photos. So I think most of you would know how a colour run works, but we start off, we're all in our white clothes, and I ran the warm up for everyone before we got started. So we were all warming up, and then we went through the obstacle courses. So I didn't get every obstacle course, but the lovely people at the firefighters came, which all the kids loved. So that's what you'll see here in the one
Yeah.
next to one where we're throwing all the colour. We have the big hoses on our slippery slide. So we soaped that up, and they were getting everyone wet with the big fire hose, which the kids loved. They were
Love.
just like, oh my gosh.
That's
So
so
they
cool.
did all that, which was lots of fun. So we had a slippery slide, we had a bubble station,
Hmm.
we had this little like crawling underneath, and just it was just running around an oval. And then
Yeah.
at the end of the day, when everyone was all wet, soaked, we all huddled up together, and we had a really nice barbecue. And it was a fun day because it was
Yeah.
also our 40th year
Yeah.
as well. So it brought like pretty much the whole school. So it was a lot of people. And
Yeah.
so it took lots of planning, and because we got everything off a website. So all the sunnies we're wearing are special sun protective sunglasses, as well as ones that are going to keep the color out of everyone's eyes.
Okay.
Because of the little ones, we didn't
Yeah.
want color getting in anyone's eyes, really.
No, not
So we made
anybody.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah, we thought of that, and we made everyone put sunscreen on because it was such a lovely day as well.
Yeah.
And then and no one had to do an activity if you didn't feel like it. We had a lot of little ones that were just a bit overstimulated and overwhelmed by it all, so they just walked around. They didn't have to run if they didn't want to. And it
Yeah.
was just an event that kind of took off on its own, really. And you
Mm.
didn't have to do things if you didn't want to. And it was a really big hit. Everyone loved it. It was
It looks
definitely
like a
went down
great
with
day.
bang.
Yeah. 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 Exactly.
It was lots of fun, and we even had like we got our photographer down who
Yeah.
took all the lovely photos as a group. So it was
Yeah.
really lovely.
Yeah.
And
It's kind of like, sorry, I'll let you go on in a
no,
minute.
it's a good.
That kind of thing really does build community. We were just,
It
going through
does.
the values, and this one I would say probably ticks all the boxes, but particularly, it's joyful, it's fun, and it really builds community. You all like hanging out together,
Mm.
and it's a really good excuse to do just that. Yeah, fantastic. Well
No,
done.
yeah, it was a great one because it also brought because our group heaps of groups are on different days. Kids have
Mm,
friends from across the groups as well, so everyone was just able to come together, and we are just like one big happy dance
yeah,
family.
love it, love it. All right, and what you're doing now?
What I'm doing now, so I'm a dance teacher assistant. So I don't have my mentor top anymore. So I have a
Yep.
dance assistant one. So I do a lot of that. I do a lot of one-on-one coaching for students that have gone into harder classes but still need that bit of extra help. So I often take them off into one of our other studios, and I help do just one-on-one stuff, breaking down things like just like you would.
Mm,
I didn't put it on here, but I also teach solos now, which was exciting because
yeah.
I'm 18, so I'm allowed left. So
Yep.
it's lots of fun.
Hey, yeah.
Um, so yeah, and I help a lot with our vocal students, as you'll see down here, because also got a musical theatre background. It
Right.
helps with heaps of singing. So
Yeah.
I help with all our little ones that want to get into singing, which is great. I think we've had like 10 more kids this year come in wanting to do singing, which is
Mm,
really great. I do lots of our admin work in our office, like where I am now. So I'm on our
yeah.
at the studio doing admin work. So which is lots of fun. I do front desk, I help do all our sales stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
And I'm about to do a Cert 4 in dance, which is going
Fantastic.
to help me benefit my dance training as well as help all the younger kids that I'm going to teach for generations.
Yeah, no, and it's a great qualification, Brooke, the
Mm.
Cert 4 in dance. Really, really good one. And, it can go on to other things. Quite often people do that and find they might do then a Bachelor of Education, or I don't know if the diploma of dance teaching still exists. That's what I first did a long time ago, was a diploma of dance teaching and management, but the Cert 4 in dance is a really good one. To be honest, guys, any qualification that you get is never
Mm.
wasted. It's never wasted. even if you don't end up doing, in being a dance teacher full time, lots of the time the skills that you learn in these kind of courses can carry across different careers and things. But that is fantastic. Thank you so much. Is that the last slide?
That's the last one.
Okay, I didn't want to be too assumptive there, but thank you
That's
so
so
much
good.
for sharing that with us, and for taking the time to prepare that. I really appreciate it. And it was wonderful having you as, part of our dance step community. And like I said, following not your name going up through the levels, and seeing that, and of course working in conjunction with Sharon and Shani at Encore, and being able to provide that. So really, really great stuff there. I guess, guys, if you've got any questions, now would be the perfect time to ask them, either of Brooke or of me. And you're welcome to put them in the chat, or just unmute yourself. You can keep your camera off, or turn it on. I know everybody has different preferences, so absolutely no pressure from me. But basically, what I was hoping by bringing Brooke along is to, I guess, show some real life examples of what some of the projects looked and sounded like, and Brooke's involvement, as well as the pathway. Obviously, Dance Steps provided the opportunity for the dance studio owner and the teachers at her school to see that she is very confident, she is very competent and capable and willing, and so even though you start off quite young, it does slowly build up. And in this case, I'm so pleased to hear, and so proud of you, Brooke, to see that you're working in the studio in those capacities. So well done. It's fantastic. Have you finished school as well, darling?
No, I'm in my last year and I'm about
Oh,
to do the cert, and then I'm about to do uni as well.
yeah, fantastic. And what's your plan for uni? What are you thinking long term?
Primary education studies.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Oh, so yeah, so look, your Cert 4 will articulate beautifully into primary
Mm.
education. We've never met in person, but you radiate all of the qualities of a brilliant primary school teacher, very
Thank you.
engaging. Your singing voice will most definitely come in handy there, as I used to sing instructions if I felt like I was getting cross, instead of yelling them, I'd sing them. It was much, much more effective, actually, and less cranky. So it's a hot tip. So no, that's fantastic. Well, all the best for year 12. It's a
Thank
good
you.
year. Yeah. Now, last opportunity, guys, for questions. You've been a great audience. Well done. Verity, good question. How many projects do you need to do? Just one for each level, darling. So if you're in level 5, and I'm good, but I don't know what level you are in off the top of my head, Verity. So level 5, one project, level 6, one project. But remember, they don't have to be as massive as perhaps the Colour Run, or in fact, any of you picked big events there, Brooke. They're very impressive. But I fully acknowledge that you guys are in kind of, year 10, 11, 12, those kind of upper ends of high school. And I don't want you to be under more pressure than you already are. So keep that in mind. It's very easy to get excitable about an event, but it does not, we don't want it to take over your life when you've got so much going on already. Yeah. No other questions? No problems, Verity. No problems at all. Well, thank you guys once again for coming. I hope that provided you a little bit of inspiration and perhaps motivation. I will be seeing a couple of you, like I said, Lila and Leah, in Canberra in less than a month. It was a month on Friday, I think, for our first leadership summit. And the rest of you will hear about that on the grapevine. We will be having more of these calls. So if you want to hear from more graduates, the kind of projects that are done, then don't feel like you can't attend again. You absolutely can. And just a reminder, it's up in the chat. You can scroll back. My email address is there. So if you do have any ideas and you're just not sure and you want to check with someone before checking with your studio owner, then let me be that person, and I'll go here's some questions that maybe you might like to think about before you take it to Miss Natalie or, whoever it is. Brilliant. Well, thank you again. Can we just put in the chat, thanks to Brooke? So thank you very much, Brooke, again for all the preparation. Thank you guys for coming. Thanks, Tyler, for showing us your dog and playing that game with me. I appreciated that I wasn't the only one. That was good fun. And happy dance stepping, guys. Thanks for being part of the program. I really appreciate you all. All right. Bye for now.